Unreal, guys. Story of my life. Hour late and $1 short. There it is. The Garden of Eden. It sold the other day. Oh well. I missed out on another one. What is going on here today? Good Lord, look at the size of this thing. Look how pretty green this is. Pakistani mulberry. And I went to my nursery and I asked him, what do you put on a sweet almond and Pakistani mulberry? And they said azalea fertilizer. I guess it's like a citrus type thing or whatever. Yeah. What the heck is this, guys? I'm not sure what that is. Did I plant something, forget what I planted? That's a possibility. Here's some chaya tree spinach. There's a couple varieties. I don't care for that stuff. I don't care for much green. Any green you gotta boil and then just strain off the cyanide off it before you can eat it. Is it really that good, guys? But yeah, look at this. A deer came in. It didn't fruit that much. And look at this thing growing up to power lines. I probably put this in a real dumb spot. But the lady told me, she said, do not, I said, man, I need to trim this back. She said, do not cut it now. Wait till all the leaves fall off, say, you know, in this winter, say December. But look at the size of these leaves, guys. It's incredible. And it's already fruited. It don't fruit but one time. You get big fruits. They're about that long. Big old blackberries on it. And they taste pretty good. But the deer, they came in and hammered it. I mean, they snuck through that fence right there, come right over here and have a picnic. But yeah, I put azalea fertilizer, and now the rains are coming. And we're getting into the rainy season. Look at this thing. It's going to be incredible. By the end of the summer, I imagine it's going to be up to the power lines. But I'm going to come in. I've got a chainsaw and a stick. I'm going to go wacko. I'm going to chop it way down. That way you can harvest the fruits. Who wants to be on a ladder, dangling around on a ladder trying to get berries? Plus, I don't need it up into the trees. I threw some azalea fertilizer on this moringa, and it seems to be doing quite well. Yeah, actually, it's time. We should be harvesting this stuff. I eat a couple capsules a day of that. I dry the stuff. But look at here what I put on azalea fertilizer. She said to use it on my sweet almond too. Look at this thing, guys, since I did that. Look at the blooms. Yes, look at the blooms. In my honeybees, the honeybees are all over it. And the smell of this stuff, guys, is incredible. Sweet almond. Sweet almond. And my little honeybee girls are loving it. Yeah, I don't know how much, if the nectar they're getting, whatever. I don't know. Let's look. I don't see any of these bees packing any pollen from this stuff. But obviously they're getting a little nectar. They're getting a little nectar from, and it smells great. Absolutely fantastic. That is sweet almond. And I think what I'm going to do, I don't know how this stuff gets tall too. I think I'm going to give this a haircut when it gets this winter. I'm going to give it a haircut too once everything goes dormant. She said, do not cut it while it's growing. You'll hurt it. Let's go around the block here and see what else is blooming in the neighborhood. Alrighty, guys. Something blooming in the neighborhood, has been blooming for some time here. Little smell to it, not a lot, but it's going to seed, as you can see here. Going to seed, and it's raining blooms. The bloom looks like it's drying out, and it's windy today, so it's really drying it out. But it's going to seed right now, and this has been blooming for quite some time. And it looks like to me the bees are getting pollen. I watched the bees work it. I'm not seeing a bee on it. I think the wind's just dried out the blooms, what it is. And it's all going to seed. I have not tried to grow this plant from seed, but I'm thinking I'm quite sure you can grow it from seed. But yeah, the bees were working the heck out of this. I was by here the other day, man, they were just swarming all over this thing. But it's fizzling out. The Chinese tallow, it's about done. Actually, it is done. I don't see anything going on with that. But what is busting, we'll go look at the next plant, and what is busting right now is going to be busting all the way till September. So let's go check out that plant. Alrighty guys, here's a plant right here that's going to be blooming all the way till September, and some years this thing is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right here. There it is. It's called Sable palm. You see that stalk right there? It's just getting started. There's another stalk right there. This thing will punch out 6, 8, 10 stalks, guys. It's unbelievable. Here's another one coming here. It's all green right now. This thing will explode with 10 million little blooms on it. Yes, we Florida crackers call this swamp cabbage. And when the plant's about, I don't know, 6 foot high, you can go in with a chainsaw. My buddy that just recently passed away, he had 2 chainsaws, one for wood and one for swamp cabbage. And he filled the bar oil with veggie oil. That way he could not contaminate his swamp cabbage. And he would go right down and slice off all those. You see these little stalks here, these little palm fronds coming out? Well, they start all the way down here. So you cut all that off. And in there, about 3 feet down, there's a heart in there. Heart of palm. And that's where they get this, heart of palm. But this thing is gonna bloom, guys, all the way to September, off and on, all the way to September. I used to make barrels of this stuff up in Gulf Hammock, an hour and a half north of me, back in the 80s. Lots of it. There's one right over there. There's one right over there. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 stalks on it. Some do more than the others. There's one over there. Look at that thing hanging. Some of them get really long. 1, 2, 3, 4 I can see on this side. And then up top, it's got a bunch more shooting out. Some of these are really spectacular. Here you can see them coming out. I'm within range. This parking lot, this strip store here, they put them in for landscape, but they take them normally out of swamps and stuff. Hence the name swamp cabbage. Cracker food. Florida cracker food. All right, guys, let's go back to base camp and look around a minute. Alrighty, guys, what do we got here? We got us a jatropha. I think I showed you this before. And when this thing gets big, guys, this thing will get, it can get 15 foot. In a year or so, I'll transfer this into the ground in a full sun scenario, and then put something back in this pot here. But I just put it in this to get it going good. Then I'll this thing. The bees love it, but there's one problem with this plant. The entire plant is poison. Every bit of it's poison. Something to think about. Jatropha. Look at the leaf. It's got kind of a turkey foot on it. Look to it. Yep, jatropha. Ho ho ho! What's going on here, guys? Wow. Wow, Steve-O's getting a pile of boxes here. Yes, he is. Look at that, guys. Yeah, pallet wood hives. That is excellent. Good job, Steve-O. This is an ugly hive right here, guys. I'm going to go into this on someday coming up soon, on a nice warm day, and if it's the vicious like it was the other day. Look at here, guys. 6:15. That'll be today's Monday. 6:15 will be Wednesday. Oh yeah, we got to get into these. Here's a real weak one right there, but look at these girls. There's another weak one. They don't all make it. They don't all make it, but that's all right. What dies out, what doesn't make it, what we will do is just add two, because these are going to come out of here. If we got, on the 15th, if we got laying queen, if we don't have laying queens in there, they didn't make it. That's the bottom line. They didn't make it. So we will add to a box that did make it. And I'm not going to haul these to another site. Those on the end down there, right down there, they're just sitting there. There's no bees in them. But from here down, well, that hive right there has got one in it. See, this one's got a feeder on it, and that's the one with all them bees out front. So from these hives down, there's nothing in them. I can push them over there, and then what I'll do is start with this colony first. If it's queen right, we'll set a 5-framer right here in the middle of the day. That way we capture all of our field force, and then I'll slip that one over a smidge, and we'll just keep crowding these down. I'll go into that hive. If that one's queen right, we're going to put a 5 there looking out that way, and we're just going to slide these down and keep adding and shifting them all to 5 frame. Sound like a plan? I think it is, Stan. We'll see on Wednesday. Alrighty, guys, I had a customer, one of my customers. He's been buying bees from me. I said, "You been making any splits on your own?" He's just starting out with bees. I don't know, I think 3rd, 4th year or whatever. And he said, "Yeah, but I'm having some bad luck." I said, "Well, what's the bad luck?" He said, "I make queens, but they don't come back. Maybe dragonflies or bluebirds or something's eating them." I said, "Well, yeah, that happens." But I said, I'm kind of curious, how do you know you're making queens? Well, I looked in there. And I saw a queen. I said, whoa. You looked in there and saw a queen? Yeah. And I said, what day was that on? Well, apparently that was just after she hatched, because he was counting the days, right, to where she hatched. Yeah, well, I said, that's a no-no. He looked at me very puzzled. What do you mean, no-no? Well, I said, you looked at a virgin, all right? That's not a mated queen that has settled into egg laying. And that's why I tell all you beekeepers out there, do not, when you make up the nuke, put a date on it. The day you make it up, jump 1 month ahead, and then put check that date. because if there's disturbance in that colony and you don't have the bees are nervous. They don't have a laying queen. They're on the edge. They're testy. They're all kind of stuff. And they take it out on the queen. So if they get disturbed, they're gonna go attack the virgin, kill her. He goes, oh, I did not know that. I said, well, I'd say this all the time in my videos. If you make up a nuke, and if you put a date on there, and you go in that colony, and I broke my rule the other day, you saw me do it, and it's, you know, you want to play peekaboo, all right? Well, sometimes peekaboo is not a good thing, because they get nervous and they will attack that virgin and kill her. So then you're out. So he said out of 5 nukes that he made up, 5 nukes, he got one take. So he got lucky. He could have had all of them dead, but anyway. So he learned something. He said, I learned something. I didn't know that. I said, well, now you do. And we've all been there. So don't feel bad. We've all been there, but now you know. Now we can stop killing queens and move on and make queens. Getting off bees a little bit here. My bud called me and he says, we got to talking about blood work. And because I'd mentioned to him, I said, I've been waiting for, I'm on testosterone replacement, and so is he. And I said, we got to monitor it. I said, the other day I donated because I was up to 16.8, and anything over 15 on my blood work, you want to draw. Anything, if you get up to 17, you're getting thick, all right? So your blood thickens when you get on TRT, so testosterone replacement therapy. So, and if you're 40 plus, you need to be monitoring it, guys. Your primary care physician is not going to do that. And I think there's a method behind his little madness there that they don't, because it's kind of a thing. Let's let that go. And then you'll be coming in, you won't be feeling good. I can give you this medication for that now. I can give you that. I can put you over here, this specialist, that specialist. It's quite a little journey on corruption. Steve-O says corruption. I told him, he said, well, I just got my blood work. I said, okay, what is that number? He said, let's see, hemoglobin, yeah. He said 18. And she circled it. It was a different doctor. He's dealing with several because we have several problems. Okay. He's been going through several problems for flipping years. His silly shenanigans have been going on for quite a few years. And he's one of my few buds left, one of my old buds that we go back to mid-60s, okay? Yeah. All the rest are dead and gone because they're following the same stupid big pharma corruption healthcare plan, okay? Listen, guys, you want self-care. You don't want health care, okay? Corrupt care, I call it. I said, bro, that's 18. Yeah, she circled that and said, I need it. That's not my department. You got to go over here to Joe Blow. That's his department. He's going to have that done. I said, well, when were you planning on having that done? Did you question the woman about that 18? Well, she said it's looking like it could be an issue. Now here's a guys that are on, gals that is on Coumadin. That's he's had blood clots and all kind of issues. He's had a 4-way bypass. He's had all that. He's been on blood thinners, Coumadin, blood thinners, rat poison for years. He's a beer drinker. He's a carboholic. All these things. And I would say he probably is diabetic, but he's not giving up that information. Big gut, big gut. Oh, that's Mr. Heart Attack walking. I told him one day there, I poked him in the belly. I said, get rid of this tire. Oh, that's my beer belly. No, son, that's your heart attack belly. And why you're not your own. See, all of his buds, they were all heavy drinkers, alcoholics. He likes his cannabis. I said, have a club soda with some lime in it and smoke your cannabis. Forget the beer. I said, beer, I like beer. I said, you're a sugarholic. What are you talking about, sugarholic? I don't eat carbs. I said, you're drinking them. Beer turns to sugar when it hits your belly button. When it hits your belly button, boy, he was just like unreal. He said, well, I don't know. He said, I can't do what you're doing. How can you sit and eat steak all the time? I said, I don't eat steak all the time. I'll have chicken, I'll have fish. I'll have a can of sardines. I don't eat ribeye every day. I just don't know how you do it. I just don't know how you do it. I said, well, because you are a sugarholic. I said, once you get out of that sugarholic nonsense, it's like Hunter on a crack pipe. You crave it. And I said, when Hunter's not on a crack pipe, he's craving sugar. Okay? Just like his daddy. He's got ice cream shoved in his face all the time, okay? Joe, wipe the ice cream off your face, okay? You look stupid, all right? Anyway. He says, I said, listen, the ball is in your court, bro. The ball is in your court. I said, you're one of my few friends that are left. The rest are all gone. Stroll down memory lane and see how they all checked out. It was none of them. Some of them checked out quick because they just grabbed their ticker and fell over. But most of them drug it out real slow and agonizing. And Big Pharma was making all kind of money with them, running in and out of emergency rooms and all this stuff, right? I got him thinking, guys. I got him thinking. But whether he does it or not, I said the ball's in your court. You have to decide. Every one of you guys have to decide. Do I want to be just having fun with beer and feeling like crap every day? Or do I want to be a Steve-O? Get out of bed every morning looking to get into a good adventure of some kind. Go on a hike, look at nature, smell the flowers, guys. Smell the flowers, smell the bacon and the coffee, baby. It's all up to you. But this nonsense from Big Pharma telling me and you that animal fats will plug up your ticker is totally ridiculous. Okay? Totally ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous, wow, I just can't believe what I'm seeing on TV. I have to turn it off because my blood pressure starts going up, guys. Did you see Lounge Lizard Liz talking about my main man, Mr. Trump, how terrible he is? Wow. And her little sidekick buddy that sits next to her in the in the big meeting. We're going to get to the bottom of this stuff in the big meeting, and we're going to make sure that Mr. Trump does not run again in 2024. Yeah. Yeah, this kind of stuff, guys, is unbelievable what we're seeing. Look how they cleaned that out. This is the one I did, the last graft I did, and look how those cleaned out. They didn't accept nothing because when I set this in, it accidentally dropped and went to the bottom of the floor, and it hit like this, and all the larvae spilled out. I just picked, I didn't even want to look, guys. I just picked it up and set it back up there real gentle and closed the hive up. And I came back in 2 days, and this is what it looked like. So I did a little, you know, it's okay because you need these little, you know, learning curves. Yeah, guys, I know you get tired of me come over here for beekeeping, and I'll go off on something else, something political, that you're going, Steve, I didn't come over here for this. I didn't come over here for this, bro. Listen, we have to talk about all this stuff, guys. This whole country is getting headed toward the dumpster. How can you not talk about the dumpster, guys? Come on, work with old Steve-O, please. Life is short. Let's make it happy life, okay? Wow. It's incredible. Who's calling me here? Oh boy, poor old Big. I'll let him go. I gotta talk to him. Poor Big Jim. There's another one, guys. Here's another one. The poor guy now is in hospice care. This is Big Jim, the guy I told you about for years. The big black guy that I used to work with on a construction site. He was a mountain of a man. Mountain. Yes. John Henry, the steel driving man. You ought to have seen this guy on a sledgehammer, guys. Wow. His arms were bigger than my thighs. Now he's in hospice care. Why? Standard American diet. He's been fighting this issue. This poor man, he's 92. But this guy, if he would have went on a proper human diet, the guy would live to 150, guys. It's unbelievable that he has survived this long on a standard American diet. But he has been in total hell for the last 10, 15 years. It's incredible. It's a slow kill, but it's big money for big pharma, because now we can treat you for diabetes and all this stuff. And the poor guy's disintegrate, and now he's in a home in hospice care. I talked to him this morning, and he said these sons of bitches are want me to take all this medication and this and that, and you know, and it's way too late. I mean, it's done. He's done. Okay, stick a fork in him. The poor guy is done. But I've been communicating with this old boy for years, at least 10 years. 10 years, guys. Steve-O's been preaching to him. Stop eating this stuff. I've eaten this my whole life, Steve. I said, yep. Standard American diet's been around forever. What do you just... I eat cornbread and grits and this and that, collard greens and yeah, and rice pudding and yeah, it went on and on. The sugar. I told him, I said, Jim, your whole diet is sugar. Sugar is poison. Oh, Steve, oh, come on, man. It's just like that. Come on, man. Don't shiz at me. I said, listen. I said, how's it working out for you? You're sick all the time. How's it working out for you? I got to keep bringing the news to you guys, because I'll tell you something. Not many people get it, what's going on. And our modern medical system has totally failed us. Totally failed us. So the only one that's going to fix it is you. All right? The only one that's going to fix it is you. You don't need a doctor to fix it, because they're not going to fix it. They're going to treat it. And they're going to treat your ass to the dying end till they put you in that friggin' pine box, all right? Or roll you into the incinerator. I told them when they rolled me in the incinerator when I hit 175, guys, cook me down. You ready for this? Cook me down, take my ashes, and I got a few metal things stuck in me, pieces of shrapnel here and there in my body. They can't get it out because it's blasted in there deep, right? I said, cook me down and then sieve my dust there to get out the metal parts. Throw that away. I don't have any metal joints, don't misunderstand me. I don't have any knee and hip replacements, okay? No stupid like that. But anyway, dump my ashes in this syrup tank out here, right? Blend me up with some sugar water and feed me to the bees. Pour me out in a number 2 wash tub, right? Throw some pine needles in there so my bees don't drown. And cut them loose. Let them suck me up and take me to the beehive, buddy. Yeah, that... Oh, boy. Liz, the lounge lizard there in that meeting, I couldn't believe it. I had a friend there, and he had a iPhone, and they took the camera off her, and she mumbled something. He picked it up on his camera. He panned over on her. Some dude rolled a cart in there with a clay vessel in that thing, guys. Clay vessel. And because apparently she was hungry. And he brings in this like cauldron thing, comes in, and the camera, the main news camera, was off over here on this panel over here. And Liz was by, but my buddy was there, and he picked it up with his iPhone. I'll have to show you that one day. That's unbelievable. And she reaches in there, guys, and picks out 2 great big, I mean, they were like a foot long African bullfrogs. And she just shoved them right down her throat, and went like this, and then broke into one. Jabba the Hutt friggin' laughs. I'll tell you guys, I'm starting to get scared. I really am. I really am getting scared of these people that are running our country. And I tell you what they're scared of. It's quite simple and it's quite easy to figure out. They're scared to death of Mr. Trump running again in 24. Duh. Because they know damn good and well he's going to open this can of worms when we get full control of the friggin' deal here. There's going to be hearings on Hunter, Joe, Nancy, all these people that have been taking, stealing money, embezzling money, and this and that. Yeah, the party's going to be over. And then a lounge lizard, Liz, all those people that hate Mr. Trump, they know he's going to open up the can of worms and expose every one of their illegal deals. And they are scared to death. Took a real rocket scientist to figure this one out, right, guys? Oh, God. I'm the guy, guys, that was given a high school diploma. I didn't earn it. And they said, would you please leave, sir? You're a pain in the ass. Just please, you didn't deserve this high school diploma, but here it is. Get out of here. Because I told them my dad was going to take me out of the food chain if I didn't get this high school diploma. And they said, no problem, son. We're going to make you move on. Alrighty, guys. That's enough shizits and giggles for one day. Let's come back on Wednesday. Let's look into our little two-framers. Getting back to beekeeping, because I know that's what you came here for. And I'm sorry I drifted. No, I'm not sorry I drifted off. Come on. I'm not sorry for drifting off on other topics, okay? It's just what Steve-O does, all right? So if I offended anybody, Oh well. Oh well. Just remember this, guys. Okay? Just remember this. 24/7 Steve-O. Alright? See you on the next one, guys. Be happy, be strong. We got to keep getting her on. See ya.